I've had a few folks ask me about xCloud, which is this new hosting offer that the guy behind the WP Ninja, Fluent CRM, and all that, he recently invested in. And there's currently a lifetime offer going on for this thing. Now, I have not actually used it. I just wanted to make a few comments about it so you understand what you're getting into if you purchase xCloud. Okay, so here's xCloud at xCloud.host, and I had never heard of it until these guys launched it, and it's getting some traction right now. People are asking me about it because it has a lifetime deal, which is something that this company, they like to do it when they launch a new product. They've done it with Fluent Booking, they did it with Fluent CRM, Fluent Forms, and so they're making it a lifetime deal. Now, I want to make sure that you understand what it is that you're getting here, because you may think you're getting hosting, like full on hosting, and you pay once and you have hosting forever. That's not exactly what's happening here. What xCloud actually is more of like Cloudways or Server Avatar or Run Cloud or something like that, where basically you're getting a control panel, okay, in order to control a virtual private server that you're going to have through another provider. Now, that provider could be DigitalOcean, Vultr. I don't. They probably. Whoops. They probably work with several of them, and but you'd be getting your server through one of those other providers, and you're still going to have to pay monthly for that. Now, it's going to be a lot cheaper because you can get a pretty decent Vultr server, for example, for like $5 a month, maybe $10 a month, 12. I forgot what the exact price is, but you're paying significantly less there, and you're getting a pretty decent amount of horsepower. If you were to use something like Cloudways, you pay monthly, but you're paying roughly double what the server actually cost if you were just to go get it directly from the provider, like Vultr or DigitalOcean or something like that. The double that you're paying with Cloudways is because of the control panel. They're making that virtual private server easier to use. That's basically what it is, okay? Because otherwise you're dealing with a raw server and it's super nerdy and you're probably not going to like life if you're doing it like that. So that's essentially what xCloud is doing. They're kind of like just the control panel. They're like what Cloudways provides, okay? But you're still going to have to go and get the server. You'll plug in, like, probably, I haven't been in here yet, but you're probably going to plug in like an API code or something that attaches to your Vultr account or something to that effect. And you're going to spin up a server inside of xCloud, and you will have a lifetime deal. You're only going to have to pay once for xCloud itself, but you're still going to have to pay a small monthly fee for your actual server. Now, another thing that people have been asking about is, let me pull up the lifetime deal, is the number of servers, because it defaults to this thing for like 15 servers or for $599, but you can pull down to entry. In fact, I think down here the pricing is a little bit more. Yeah, here we go. 2 servers for 99. So here's the thing: a server is not a website. Okay, don't think that you need to have one server per website. With a server, it's a virtual private server, again through one of your providers. Okay, and you can get a little itty bitty server, and it's cheaper, or you can get a big old massive server. And you can stick as many websites as you want on these servers, okay? And the only limit is going to be the amount of horsepower, essentially, that you have on the server. So if you get a little itty bitty server that has like 1 CPU and 1 GB of RAM, you could probably still run several WordPress sites on that. Now, are you going to run a big fancy membership site with WooCommerce and the whole thing? Nah, you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to get a beefier server than that. But you can definitely run multiple websites on the same server. Okay, so keep that in mind. If on the entry account, if it says $99, you can put 2 servers in that. But on each one of those servers, you can have as many websites as you want. It really just comes down to the amount of horsepower. Are you ever going to need to put one site per server? Well, maybe, but that really comes down to what your needs are. If you are going to have a real beefy site that has a whole lot of plugins going on, you're going to need more memory, you're going to want more processing power, and you're going to have to pay for a bigger server. They're not expensive. At least compared to other hosts, because you're getting a lot of horsepower there. But that's what I want to make clear is when you're looking at these, Like for most people, if you're considering xCloud, you won't need any more than probably their entry plan. And again, keep in mind that you have a refund period. So if you're finding that this is just not your thing, just get a refund. In my opinion, when you go for the bigger plans with multiple servers, it's pretty much because you're running a web agency, which means you're probably going to be hiring a whole bunch, you're going to have clients hosted with you, or you're in a position where you're managing a lot of websites, okay? In which case, get the option to have more servers. Again, it's kind of like paying for Cloudways, except that you're paying for the server directly, and you have a lifetime deal on the actual control panel. That's essentially what it is. Now, in terms of my opinion on xCloud, I want to make clear I've never been in here, and I've not used it. I probably will purchase an account in order to check it out, and I might end up using it. And in fact, I've got some sites that are still with Cloudways, and I might actually move them over to xCloud and then cancel Cloudways altogether. I want to see how their support is and things like that. Now, in terms of lifetime deals, with hosting, usually I'd be running the other direction with a lifetime deal with hosting. But if it's working, if it basically being that it's only the software and it's not going to be the actual server, it makes more sense. I will say too that I know these guys have a roadmap in mind for xCloud. The track record is typically when they do a launch lifetime deal, their stuff just keeps getting better, and so it's one of those things to where I think we may be in a position in a year or even less where people who have the lifetime deal with xCloud are probably going to be quite happy they have it. I know with GridPane, they used to have a lifetime offer. They made that offer a while back, and the people who have it are pretty happy they have it. And I think xCloud could be a similar situation. So that's kind of my off-the-cuff viewpoints on xCloud. I probably will pick up an account. And if you are looking to pick up an account, just keep in mind, it's not lifetime as in you have no hosting bill. It's just that your server bill is going to be a lot less. Like if you're on SiteGround or something like that, you're paying a decent amount for that hosting. Your hosting bill will be significantly smaller with xCloud because the cost of that virtual private server will be cheaper. Now, keep in mind, as far as DNS and all that kind of stuff, I think they're going to have partnerships with other companies like Cloudflare and all that in order to do it. But this is not a hosting account that's in the same. They don't target the same type of people as, say, SiteGround, so it's not going to be quite as user-friendly, probably, but it should be pretty user-friendly. I'm expecting it to have a lot of similarities to Cloudways, maybe with a few interface enhancements and things like that. And the other thing, too, I just know from experience with these guys is that they're pretty responsive, so I have a feeling they're going to keep making it pretty good. All right, so those are some off-the-cuff xCloud thoughts. If you have any questions, let me know. But again, I've not used it yet. I just wanted to answer a few questions that I've been being asked via email, and I figured this video would be quicker.